had a better countdown. Oh, wait, I do.
Impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second time tonight that asshole's cut in.
I really see something that said, take a look what happened.
All righty, boys and girls, welcome aboard for another episode of The Brothers Hack the Matrix. All right, it's time once again to hack the Matrix. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and I'm joined with my brother, Hylunder. There can be only one. Because I only have one brother, so really, there can be only one.
Only one. Only one. Welcome, everybody.
How you doing, Big Daddy? What's going on?
Oh, it's a sad day, man. Don't feel very funny today after the shenanigans that went on yesterday.
Yeah, well.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we will get into that. Show us what you're picking on there tonight, though.
This is the American-made. Well, you know what? It's an American company.
It's an American company.
All righty then.
Not sure if it's made on the U.S. soil, but
this is the Gretsch. It's a beautiful guitar, man. It's got the twin humbuckers. It's just got your tone and your volume, and that's it, man. This is just straight up. I tracked with this. It's a clean sounding guitar, man. It's the clean channel and the distorted channel. It really resonates. It's a beautiful guitar. It plays really nice, so I dig it. What
Yeah.
you drinking on today, man? I'm
I am
drinking
having, I am putting
water.
these flames out with a little bit of virus of unknown origin. Tink.
A Tink.
Speaking of
H2O.
bottled water, how's work going? Are they still slave driving you?
Oh, well, I'm on 7 days a week. I was on emails all day yesterday. I've been on emails today. So yeah.
Can you do some of that from the house?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm still working.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, look.
trying to enjoy the weekend, but I look at the emails and respond. So there you go.
Yeah.
This is what it
Hear
is.
you. All right. Look, boss. I get it, man. I get it.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
You can yell at me all you want, but I definitely have to acknowledge the chat first, okay? And of course, the first guy in hours beforehand, because he's tired of getting beat in the chat. You know who it is.
There are some who call me Tim.
That's
That
right.
hat,
Tim was
man, that Cleese is wearing with those horns, that's crazy looking, man.
Hey, man, it's awesome. If you guys have not seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you're missing out.
No doubt.
Yeah, Tim is the first one in tonight, and Parrot Head is here as well. I don't know what those emojis mean that he's got there. I really don't.
I think one of them's supposed to represent the male member, I believe. Dude.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is he searching for his penis? Is that what that is? I don't know.
Searching for his penis, maybe. Maybe it's it's a subliminal
And
thing.
E. Clay Thomas is here as well, man.
Oh, good.
Tim
He's
says,
got
I don't know how.
He's got the Vulcan thing going on his emoji. E. Clay Thomas does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that is what that is. I thought it was rock and roll for a second, but it's live long and prosper. That's what that is. Tim says, I don't know who to feel sorry for, you, Joe, or your brother. He is picking his axe. Days before, he says. Was it days before? Wow. Okay. All right, cool. Well, of course, as usual, this guy is all in my ear.
Yo, 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 yo.
And he wants to talk about he wants me to talk about top of the heap. And usually, boys and girls, it's all about the wars around the world. But today we've got something a little bit more important to cover on our own shores.
Yeah, we got a war of culture right here in our own country, man.
Yeah, and it's let me go ahead and get things rolling here with the sharing. Yeah, guys, look, what happened yesterday, I had just gotten off of it's one of those events you'll never forget where you were when it happened. This was going out live on several news things because a lot of the people have been in Pennsylvania this week, both sides, and this happened, I believe, in Butler. Have you heard of this place, Butler, Pennsylvania?
No, I haven't heard of Butler.
But you see the headline: Trump shot at rally in assassination attempt, spectator killed and shooter dead. Now, I'm only going to tell you what I do know because yesterday, if you want to see it, guys, you can go watch our instant reaction show that we did on the big green play button last night. You can go check that out anytime you want to over there on the Bumble, the platform that bounces. But there was a lot of speculation flying like crazy last night. But we do know today that President Trump got clipped in the ear. I'm not going to show the video again because we've all seen it by now. The Pennsylvania man that was killed at the Trump rally identified. He was a fireman. His name was Corey. What is that? Comparator?
You got me. Got me.
He was a fireman, and he died a hero, guys. He dove on his family members to block them from getting shot, and he paid the ultimate price for it. And of course, President Biden, of course, came out and said that there's no place in the political arena for this kind of violence. He condemned everything about it. And he said he had been on the phone with Trump and was going to call him back and talk to him some more and everything to make sure he was okay and everything. So, that people may have differences, but this is not the way to solve it. And I saw somebody, I think it was on Facebook earlier today, and they said, why does everybody in the U.S. have such dangerous weapons? And I said, well, because of idiots like that guy on the roof. That's why we have them, to protect ourselves against idiots that are going to get them anyway. But
that's not the only reason why we have them.
No, actually, the main reason why the Second Amendment exists, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, is to protect ourselves, the citizenry, to protect ourselves against our own government. That's what it's there for. So, anyway, yeah, it
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
The guy that did this, I'm not going to say his name. It's been said over and over again. His 15 minutes are up, and that's the way that goes. But yeah, there's a special place in hell for him. And look, man, you can't tell me that wasn't divine intervention, bro. Somebody was watching out.
No, he's he's in good standing because
yeah,
you can see the picture. That bullet went and just grazed both, and
it hit him. It hit him right above the right ear, and
turned that way right instantly before that bullet flew.
Yep.
And look, and we found it this morning because we were binge watching The Boys yesterday, which is a great show, new season.
Yeah.
And you're watching this thing go on, right? And every news outlet, everybody's wearing black, and everybody's somber and whoa, it's just somber.
Yeah.
They're the ones that set this fire. They're the ones that stoke these flames.
They're the ones that set him on his mission. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And whatever the outlet is, whatever side of the aisle it represents, we've got a real problem with just stoking flames and stoking fires. And you know what? When you get people on the ground that are just trying to live their life and you fill them full of just hate, this is what you're gonna see. And we've seen this throughout our history. Anytime we're in the extreme,
it's not the first time.
The president is gonna get shot or attempt on his life or something because they see that person as the focus of the problem. Okay, and that's intentional. So that's the first thing that I saw was everybody's in black and everybody's it's so bad. You're the one putting the damn poison out there for people to react to. You're the one that pokes these hornets' nests. The second thing that I did I was very disturbed by it. You see how close in proximity that shooter was on a rooftop?
Dude, that's what everybody's talking about. How were you not covering that? Yeah.
How are you not on? There's not a whole lot of roofs in that area. You saw the aerial view. It's a very, it's rural. I mean, there's open spaces, but every one of those rooftops should have a sniper on it. And then
you would think
the people that took him out, they're facing in that direction.
Yeah.
There's a lot of,
there's a lot of questionable things going on there. Now,
I immediately think of the way that JFK was railroaded.
Right. Exactly. Now, part of that was JFK's fault. He wanted to drive in a car with no canopy.
Sure.
And
they allowed that. They allowed that. They can say, look, you're the president of the United States.
We're going to do what we got to do.
We have to protect you, and this is what's going to happen.
But I can tell you this, Dan, and I don't have articles on all of this stuff, but I can tell you what I do know from what they've uncovered. The campaign has been asking for extra security for the former president for a while now, and they have been turned down on it. So I don't know if you noticed the sniper on the roof behind him, and everybody's seen this footage.
Sure.
The sniper on the roof behind him, that's local police.
Sure.
That's not
ridiculous.
the Secret Service.
That's ridiculous.
And it is ridiculous. This guy's, I said it last night when we were doing our live reaction. I said, look, you can like the guy or not like the guy, but you have to respect the office. This guy was elected by the people back in 2016. He's supposed to have Secret Service protection for the rest of his life. Hell, he's running for president. And the second they know you're the nominee of a friggin' party, which we've known he's the nominee for a while, you have Secret Service protection. And they should not be skimping on it.
No.
And they paid the price for it yesterday. You know what I mean? It's
the idea
horrible.
that guy was able to get up on a rooftop in that close proximity. I mean, this is not a city where they've got skyscrapers and open windows, and that's a real security nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
This is rural Pennsylvania, and let me tell you what, there's shooters in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
There's hunters up there.
They're lucky this was a 20-year-old kid that doesn't have much experience shooting a gun. Okay, because Danny has spent time up there. His first wife was from there. His kids are from there. One of them lives there with his mother. Yeah. And he can tell you. I know his father-in-law was a hunter, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't a hunter, but everybody in the family's hunters.
Yeah,
and this is not like hunting in Louisiana where it's very close in proximity. These are open landscapes and hay fields, and so these are shooters up there. And the idea that this guy was able to get up on a daggone rooftop in that close proximity with a high-powered rifle, and nobody sees it. They've got video of people pointing at him. People saw him up there.
You could tell this guy wasn't experienced, though, because he was using an AK from that far out. I mean, if he really meant business.
What he was using, if he was using a fucking slingshot.
I'm just saying he wasn't experienced. That's another thing that plays into it.
On the roof, anywhere close.
Right.
Anywhere close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's bad.
If somebody dies over that, I mean, they didn't get Trump, but this guy dies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It should not have happened at all.
No.
And heads need to be rolled for that, because that's just, to me, I never worked in Secret Service, but it just seems to me that was a security just breakdown. Fundamental.
Well, as Vince is saying, Dems even tried a month ago to remove Secret Service altogether, which the Department of Homeland Security said, no, you can't do that because he's running for president. Matt says part of the issue is the Secret Service has a high attrition rate. They are spread thinner than you might think.
Well, then put local cops up there. You got to cover these rooftops. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. If the local cops should have had somebody on those roofs over there, if you ask me, that should have been at least one guy on a roof up there at the highest roof.
You look at that layout. I mean, that was right. I mean,
it's a field. There's not that many places for somebody to get up to. There's not.
A long shot for somebody that with whatever weapon. I mean, you run the risk. Even if he's up there with a handgun, he can lob one in there and kill somebody, and that's what happened. Somebody got killed.
And to feeding your point here, E. Clay Thomas puts the exclamation point on it for you. It's either complete incompetence or a setup. Or a
setup.
Yeah. So
either way, it's a total failure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on.
It is.
That's what
I mean, right, exactly. Vince says
the journalists and the news outlets with their bullshit wearing black and all somber, they love this. They stoke these fires and they put that person up on that roof. And then just a total breakdown of security. Total breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Vince says Secret Service Director Ms. Pepsi Cola needs to go. Well, they've already got the ball rolling towards the investigation. Congress sent out a letter, said they want to see her by the 22nd there for hearings on this, which is due diligence. I know people were making a lot out of that yesterday when it was sent out. This is due diligence. That's what that committee's supposed to do when something like this happens. So don't read too much into that. She's going to face the music. Don't worry about that at all. Tim says, I say incompetence for now. That's what I'm thinking, man. I mean, this place in Pennsylvania is probably not that big a place, and they probably needed help from the state troopers and stuff like that to cover what they were doing. Of course, we don't know, and we'll find out. A lot of conjecture is going to happen even 48 hours later. But the investigation's ongoing, and let's see them do their work. But the thing that has been giving me chills every time I see it, though, is the fact that this guy came so close to death, and he got up and started pumping his fist and yelling "fight." I mean, he's not a perfect human being, guys, but I'm going to be wearing this hat in support of him, the championship hat, as I call it, from the year he won the presidency, from here on out. And I'm probably going to get a hold of my local Republican National Committee people and see how I can help out with your election, because we need to get this guy in office. I'm sorry, we just do. And
I mean, for me, like him or not, policies, all that put aside, these are political leaders. They're running for the highest office in our nation. Some consider it the most powerful position in the world, and you're scrimping on security. I mean, this guy's a former president too. So
yeah,
that to me, when I watched that today, and they show you the map and the layout and proximity, I'm like,
yeah, you just all you can do is shake your head. This should have never happened.
Like, how is that possible that these rooftops, which there weren't many of them, how are they not covered?
Yep. Vince says attack of opportunity. I think not. Like you guys said, there isn't much around, and every normal guy would have thought that roof was covered. And here's another thing, man. If you really dig into this, Dan, there are videos out there of people screaming.
That's what I'm saying.
At the cops. They're seeing this guy on the roof, and they're
roof.
Yelling at him to get him down from there.
What I'm saying.
Well, people before the shots were fired. Yeah.
How is it that people see it? These guys are supposed to be glassing the area all the time, and just it's fucking Overwatch is what they call it.
Yeah.
And what are you looking at?
Exactly. Yeah, the memes. Man, my gosh, this guy right here. He's telling me to check my Twitter. Yeah, the memes are too much. These memes they've got. I'm not going to show the memes.
Check your water.
But go check out the memes on Twitter, though, guys. They do have some fun, really, really good ones out there.
Let's say right X.
X. Okay, whatever. My favorite ones, though, are the ones that kind of coincide. I'll show the ones that coincide with our show. How's that? I will do that. Because there's too many of them, man. There's too many of them. But there's a couple of them out there. Hang on, let me pull these up real quick. I wasn't going to do this.
If you're sending a message on X, are you Xing? What are you doing?
I guess you're Xing. I hope it's not sexting. But let me see if I can find this thing. I should be able to pull up my bookmarks right here. Where are my bookmarks? Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't going to do this, but now here's something that's interesting. I do want to show you this, Dan. Remember I told you, guys, if you saw some of these headlines that came out yesterday, they were avoiding saying gunshots, assassination, all of that stuff. Well, somebody got a hold of this. I'm not sure of the source. This could be conjecture, but it's pretty interesting to me. It was stuff that's sent out to broadcasters for the language they were going to use.
Well, yeah.
It says, don't call those assassination attempts. Don't say shooting targeting Trump. Clarify if it's actually gunshots. That's unclear for the moment. I mean, they told them to be very vague. And if you read these headlines when it happened yesterday, that's exactly what they did. They didn't even say it was gunshots. They said loud noises. I saw one that said Secret Service dragged Trump off the stage because he fell. And I was like, what are you guys doing? It's just, loud noises. Exactly.
Journalism in its truest form is dead, and there's no investigative reporting. There's no fact. It's just all about splattering freaking spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. That's all it is. And whipping up public opinion. It's all it's about. And that's what put that freaking dude up. 20 years old? Yeah. Why is he up on top of a roof taking a shot at
that roof, not chasing tail, man? I don't understand.
What? See, I mean, they're culpable. To me, they're culpable. And they're all wearing black. It's so somber. I'm talking about the local, state, and federal.
Mm-hmm.
News broadcasts we watch are all wearing black. Mm-hmm. Get out of here. Bunch of fake mother.
This is one of my favorite ones. JFK falls really, really hard at rally in Dallas.
Yeah. JFK has a massive headache in Dallas.
What the fuck, man? Small time republic. Sure, Biden's speech tonight will call for gun control. Yeah, well,
Sure.
of course.
Sure.
That's their playbook. That's
Sure.
what they're going to call for sure. I got to find this one though. Where is it? Come on. Yes, here they are. Yes, these kind of coincide with the show. He's in the Matrix, man. He's dodging bullets. He's the one, bro. He's the one. I like this one too. And that speaks to the media being culpable, because you always see that girl's picture when it comes to the wokesters freaking out, right? Yeah, some of the memes are really good, man. They're really good, but and you know how it is with these things. Sometimes you just got to laugh at it, or you're going to end up crying, because it's a sad state of affairs, man. That somebody felt like they needed to get on a rooftop and shoot at an ex-president.
Yep.
Because of what he's saying that you don't agree with.
People are living in fear, and they just feel like they have no voice. So why not take a shot at the president? Nobody's watching him anyway. So
yeah. Small Time Republic says, my favorite line from the media the last 24 hours is, we are not sure what the motive was. Well, come on, guys. If you don't know what the motive was, you're not paying attention. I mean, come on.
You're the one giving them the freaking motive, man.
Right?
That's on both sides of the aisle. They whip up that just inflammatory, getting people just so angry, and they feel like they have nowhere to go. Nobody's watching out for them. Nobody's listening. So take it upon themselves to just take care of a problem they perceive is insurmountable. So
yeah, absolutely. It's bad, man. A threat to democracy. BS. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so let's pray for the family of that fireman that was killed. There are 2 people in the ICU still from this too. Say prayers for them too.
Well, let's say some prayers for healing for the Trump family, Trump, and our nation, man. Our nation is in trouble.
Yeah,
in trouble.
It is.
Again. I mean, we complete, we just keep on going back to the same cycle. Just same cycle, Vietnam War, Gettysburg Address. Anytime we've lived in the extreme, civil rights era, right now people are so polarized. There doesn't seem to be any middle ground, and news outlets and medias love that because it drives their ratings up. And we're at a point now where, we've been here before, and hopefully we can get through it. But man, I tell you what.
Just remember what our message always is, guys. Don't let other people do the thinking for you. Do the thinking yourself. And you just got a thumbs up, Dan, by the way. You got a thumbs up.
That's what happens when you dumb down the society. They can't make a decision for themselves, and they're going to turn to the best and brightest. They know best. They're saying this, so it's got to be true.
Well, I can tell you what's true is this right here, and don't ever forget it. That's the message of my entire channel, okay? That's the government's worst fear, and don't ever forget it.
That message is it's a beautiful message, and it's not getting put out.
No, it's not.
You and I, we have the little bitty microphones. We do this because we like doing it, and
yeah.
But the people that could really affect change,
they're lining their pockets.
Never talk about that. It's all about separation. Hate. Along all lines. All lines. That's anti-American, dude, because this fucking country is about the melting. Everybody come from everywhere. You're welcome. Come here. Be part of this family. And grow and be successful and do your thing. And we don't preach that anymore. It's hate. It's all it's about.
Yep. Okay. So let's move on from that. It's tough to move on from that. I mean, we could probably do an hour and a half.
Man. It's hard to laugh now because it's just that's sad, dude. That's just terrible. It's terrible.
But
the idea that somebody took a shot at him, and it's not just it's because it's Trump. It's just because it's a leader, our leadership, and people are just why not shoot at him? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not walk up on Abe Lincoln and shoot him in the back of the head?
Yeah.
And jump down and take off running. Why not? Fuck the civil society. Let's just be, third world countries and just take our leaderships out. Boom. I don't like it. Just shoot them in the head.
we got an interesting perspective last night from a guy that is he's from Brazil. His name is Dan Vask. That's pretty interesting. Hang on one second. I'll pull it up real
I
quick.
wish I knew what was sending that thumbs up, man. It's crazy.
I should have it in my history. I should
wonder
be
if
able
it's
to
a
pull it
note
up
I'm getting.
really fast. But this was on Cobra Cast. The guy that actually got me into YouTubing. His name is Jeremy Grimes from Geeks and Gamers. And he was doing an emergency broadcast. And yeah, I've got it right here because I showed it last night during the thingamabob. Hang on one second. And I think you'll find this interesting, Dan. This is from a guy that it does not live in our country. He's down in Brazil, and he's a musician like you, singer. He does the theme for one of my favorite shows, Friday Night Tights, and this is his bunch of guys that he hangs out with. And this is what he had to say about it. He wasn't on long.
Trending right now.
Was it the first? Was it the first campaign in 2016
He's the guy at the bottom
where somebody tried to rush the stage and pull a gun out? Was that 2016
Yes.
when that happened?
Yes, that was the first one. Is that Dan? What's up, Dan?
What's up, fellas? Hey, I'm not gonna stay long. What's up, Gary?
What's up, man?
Hey, Ryan. I haven't seen Ryan in a long time too. Hey, I'm not gonna stay long. I was working on Unreal Engine and just saw what happened. I was about to message Jeremy when he started the stream, but I felt compelled to come in and add my 2 cents, humbly add my 2 cents, because, and for the people in this channel that may not know me, my name is Dan. I'm Brazilian, and I saw this happening. I've saw this movie play out before. I saw this happening with Bolsonaro in 2018, and it happened in front of me, by the way. It happened in my town, 20 minutes away from my home, and I was there. And in 2018, Bolsonaro was stabbed in the gut with this giant Rambo knife. And there are 3 things I believe you guys, Americans, can expect right now. Number 1, you guys are not going to know anything about who's behind me, who's behind that, man. And I'm sorry to tell you that this guy is either dead right now, or they're going to rule him out as mentally sick or something like that. And it's very unlikely that you're going to know about who's behind this. Number 2, this is a golden opportunity for you guys, and I'm talking to you guys at home, for you guys to know who the people around you are, who your friends are, who your colleagues at work are. Watch for the people justifying this. The people around you, the media, actors, celebrities, there are people going to justify this. They're going to blame it on Republicans. They're going to blame it on Trump. They're going to blame it on you guys, on Trump supporters. And let me tell you, those people are psychopaths. Don't give these people the time of day. Be aware of those people, and just watch for the people who are around you. And number 3, I know how you guys are feeling right now. It's a mix of panic with excitement, with hopelessness, and it's a bunch of shit. But don't worry, guys, because this shooter today elected Trump. This guy elected Trump. Yeah.
Well said.
So I'm just wanted to add that because I've seen that movie playing out before, and yeah, you guys are set.
That's what somebody that doesn't live in our country, that has seen it happen, had to say about what happened yesterday. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, when Kim and I were watching that this morning, I was like, that's going to really energize people that may otherwise have not even gotten in the arena as far as their vote. And I mean, that's going to sicken a lot of people. And a lot of people that maybe they wouldn't have voted are going to be energized, and his base, they're going to double and triple their efforts and get the word out. And yeah, I mean, it's a sad day all the way around.
It is.
He's lucky he's still alive. He's living right by God's eyes. So
Yeah, dude, you can't tell me it wasn't divine intervention.
No, I mean,
Some higher power. I don't care what your belief system is. Some higher power was watching out over him
no
because
doubt. It's no doubt.
he's lucky to be alive today, and I'm sure he
Absolutely.
knows it.
Absolutely.
And you know what he did when he got up. I understand. You know, some people may think it's theater, but you know, our parents are from the Northeast, and they're tough people up there, and it does not surprise me he did what he did when he got up. You know,
Well, it's not only the North or whatever. People that call themselves conservative, they're sturdy people because they can take care of themselves, and that's the way they choose to live their life. And hey, he's got an ear of a very large swath of our country. Believes that nobody's listening, and this is it's a tragedy. He didn't get killed, but there's a tragedy. There was a loss of life. Shooter at 20 years old. I mean,
yeah, that's the saddest part. Yeah,
how does that person at 20 get to that point? So there's a lot of soul searching that's got to go on here, and yeah, I think it's going to bolster the energy behind the Trump machine, and that might be because I've been saying all along I think Biden.
Right.
I didn't see I didn't see Trump picking up enough votes to overcome where he lost last time.
Right.
This may do it right here, though.
Yeah, he probably won over a lot of people. And yeah, we spoke about that, low spec. The media is to blame for that kid. They are. But nobody's going to hold them to account for it. Nobody is.
No, there's nobody in power, because it's money and power that's built these media machines, and they're doing exactly what they've been tasked to do.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, Vince. It was quick. I told my brother before the show, him doing that, I know it was spur of the moment for him, and he's a really passionate guy. We all know that about him. But yeah, his campaign manager couldn't have told him a better thing to do. I mean, those people were scared to death, and they were quiet until he did that. Once he did that, they started chanting USA. It was something to see. It really was. It was amazing. Let's see. Small Time says, right now, Trump's presumptive VP is wondering if he should invest in some Iron Man suits. No doubt, man. Would you want to be on the stage with that guy? Are you brave enough for that? They might need a combat vet for that. Let's see if he doesn't grab my girl, Wonder Woman, and get her out there with him. Tulsi, get her on board, man. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, he couldn't have done anything but, first of all, to signal to people he was okay. I think that was his main thing he wanted to do, was let people know he was all right,
Well, absolutely. But, his blood's pumping, and he's happy he's alive.
Right? That's the fight or flight thing, right? And he wasn't running. He was
an old guy. He reacted quickly. I mean,
he did.
He knew something was wrong, so... I'm sure the Secret Service wasn't too thrilled that he was standing up and pumping his fist like that.
No, not at all.
With an active shooter, but hey.
Their credit, the guys that they did a great job. They got up there and surrounded him quick. He wasn't going to get shot again, that's for sure. Yeah. And those guys are brave. Anybody whose job it is to take a bullet, that's their job, is to take a bullet. And
they don't think about it. They just do it. They just react.
Yeah, they just do it. Yep. It's great. Okay, well, I think that's about enough for top of the heap. Although I do want to speak about, we're not going to talk about the wars today, but I do want to talk about what happened down in Houston, because I'm even being affected by it up here. You know that Beryl made landfall last week, and at least 10 dead and over 1.7 million without power in Beryl's wake. Now that number got adjusted to 2.3 million in the Houston area alone. I think it was 2.7 across Texas before it was over with. And I know we had 50,000 up here without power. I had a relative by marriage, Trish, my sister-in-law, lost her house. Thank God they got out of there, because they'd have been squished. Two trees fell on their house. They're going to end up getting a new house out of it, but they're staying in a hotel right now. And there was a death. One of her neighbors was inside the house when a tree hit it. And they got hit with a pretty good tornado. We had, when Beryl came up this way, the right side of the storm was kicking in towards us. And when I quit watching it, we had 56 tornado warnings in my area over a 5-hour period. It was pretty bad. But say your prayers for those folks. The reason why I say I'm affected by it, my sister-in-law lost her house. My wife's sponsor had a bunch of stuff go wrong at her place, and my wife is directly affected. She's working right now. She's been up since 7, and she's not going to bed till 7 because she answers calls in the Houston area. She's there on what they call emergency protocol, and they have been since Monday. She's been working 14 hours during the work week and 12 hours on the weekends, and she never works weekends. So, yeah, she's been nonstop.
You know, for us in the water business, a lot of emergency waters get shipped down there. We're shipping a lot of water down to the Houston area.
Mm-hmm.
And what sucked is that for the first 2-3 days, we weren't able to get anything down there because the receivers were out of power and they couldn't take in any trucks. So now this weekend we're shipping out, and I was watching this. It's amazing what this thing did, because it certainly didn't come across as a Katrina type thing, but
no,
man, it hit land.
The tornadoes it produced were just unreal, man.
Yeah.
That one was in the Benton area close to us. Actually, no, Sligo, which is Elm Grove. Elm Grove got hit really bad, Dan, around Taylortown to Elm Grove and Benton.
I saw those videos
really bad.
Posted up there. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. They tried to push him off the stage. Trump told them to wait. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's for sure. Who's your sister-in-law? Her name is Trish. Her name is
How
Trish.
is your sister-in-law?
Oh, how is she? She's good. They're in the hotel. They're in the hotel. Yep. Let's see. And this is why you still keep a landline. No, I don't keep a landline. I still don't do that. I'm not going to do that. Okay. So Trump's opponent did not have a good week, folks. I'm just going to cover this real quickly. Biden calls Kamala Harris Vice President Trump, and the memes for that were funny. They were putting Trump's face on Kamala Harris, and it was hilarious. At top of error-laden big boy press conference, qualified to be president, Vice President Trump. And he also, I think it was at the UN this week, he called Ukrainian President Zelensky President Putin a couple of times, trying to introduce him. It was sad. It really was. And his people are bailing on him. George Stephanopoulos, the guy that basically put Bill Clinton in office the first time.
The midget George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah, that guy who I can't stand. Wow, I can't stand that guy.
Who cares what he has to say?
Right, exactly. Captured on video saying he doesn't think Joe Biden can serve another 4 years. Wow, you're a genius. I tell you what, George, something else. You might say.
The windage is what he's doing.
But the biggest thing is major Democratic donors are reportedly withholding tens of millions unless Biden drops out.
He's all sensational. He's running.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the fucking presidential candidate for the Democrats?
Right. The only way they can take it from him is he's not going to step down. That's for sure. We know this. Let's see. Vince says the cell phone towers can't hold up those winds. Yeah, you're right. You will lose cell service. Yeah, no doubt. But I was telling this to a guy at work the other day. This guy said, yeah, he's laying the groundwork to step aside. I said, dude, he's not stepping aside for shit. He said, well, you could say that. I said, I am saying that. Because if you think he's going to give up that office before he pardons his son, you're out of your mind. He's going to hang on to that as long as he can.
He's a career politician, and he doesn't know anything else.
No,
he probably doesn't even know his son's in trouble.
Right? Yeah. Well, at this point, it's.
He's a career politician. You want to talk about what's wrong with our country?
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, we got a
face of a career politician who does not know the life that we live out here.
Yeah, I made that point last night. I said term limits and campaign financing are the two things we've got to fix if we want to get fair elections in this country from now on. They can only go with Harris because otherwise they'll lose every donation so far. Well, yeah. We'll see what happens. The only place they're going to be able to take it from him is at the DNC. So the convention. But yeah, voter ID laws, which I didn't put an article in there about this week, but I should have. They passed it in the House of Representatives, I think, that you had to be a citizen of the United States
Yeah, you
to
should
vote.
be. That's fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and it is ridiculous that you'd even have to pass a law that says that. I
How is
mean,
that even in question?
yeah,
I mean,
you know,
you
so,
can't buy cigarettes without an ID.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Come on, you're going to cast a vote? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how out of control we are.
it
Way
is.
out of control.
But hopefully, yesterday's events, if it does anything, is going to get people to just take a different look at things, calm down. You know, we've already seen a lot of people are coming out that wouldn't really usually talk and say, "Hey, man, this is over the line. We gotta rein this in." You know what I mean? Come on, man. He's got hairy legs. Yeah, no doubt. Fucking E-Clay, man. Vince says Dems are currently blocking. They passed it. Yeah, I think one side of the of Capitol Hill did. I can't remember if it was the Senate or the House. They passed it. It hasn't gone all the way through yet, though. It needs to. But we're gonna get out of this because we got a bunch of other stuff. All right, boss. I'm trying to make the transition. Stop.
Yo, 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 yo.
He says it's time for the jockstrap. He said, quit talking about all this bullshit. And let's talk about some other bullshit.
Right. There's no end to the bullshit.
There is no end to the bullshit. Let's see. We've got first thing I need to start covering because it is my brother's second favorite sport. Is we're gonna start covering that little sport played by Hispanic fellas really well.
Jesus.
A little bit of baseball.
The Sox are on the move, bro. They
Yes,
took 3 or 4 from the Yanks. They've taken the first 2 from a very hot Kansas City Royals team and went out there and were whooping up on the Padres. They're on the move.
Yep. We got
3 in their last. There you go, man. So,
we got at the top of our division, which is all we care about in baseball anyway.
the American League East is a beast of a
It is the standard.
It is.
Standard. They are the standard bearers. At the top of it right now, tied at I say tied. The Yankees have more losses, so they're 1 game up on them. But when you look at the wins, they're tied. Baltimore and New York are at the top, and Boston has moved into striking distance. 5 games out.
Look at the last 10. Okay, Orioles 3-7, Yanks 4-6, Red Sox 7-3.
7-3.
Consistency. It's all about consistency.
Yep.
You know, baseball is such a long season. You got to have reduce the lows and just find some balance throughout the year, man. That's who's going to win. But right now, the Sox are playing really well. That could turn on the Sox really quick because there was a time when they're playing like crap. So right now they're riding high, and we'll see what they can do, man. Just need consistency.
Yep. So we'll be letting you guys know how the Sox are doing when it comes to the wild card standings.
I really wish New Orleans would get themselves a daggone MLB team, man. I mean, that city could support an MLB team, I think.
Boston's third wild card, but they're behind the Yankees. They'll walk them down. But anyway, that's where they're at. And yeah, that would be nice if New Orleans got themselves a major league franchise in baseball. That would be awesome. But
amazing that they don't have one. They got basketball and they got football.
It'd be a hell of a friggin' home field advantage, man. It's Africa hot down here.
Yeah, but they put them in a dome. They put them in a dome.
Do you think they would? They play in the Superdome?
They probably would initially until they built them something, but
right.
It would be inside. They wouldn't have them out in that sweltering. But it rains so much, that's why you wouldn't have them outside. It rains a lot down there.
You'd have them indoors, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, the ESPYs were held this week, and looks like Beyonce was there. But
that's Serena Williams, isn't it?
That's Serena Williams, yeah.
She's looking rather mannish there.
Well, I mean, dude, I hate to tell you, that's why she was so good at tennis, man. She's a beast.
Look, I know, but when she was younger, man, that chick was
Yeah, she's a hammer, no doubt.
But
I didn't even watch this. I didn't even care about it. The only reason why I'm covering it this year, boys and girls, is this guy right here. Anybody who's a Saints fan knows who Steve Gleason is. I'm just going to play this with no sound for right now. But they gave him the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage this year, and it has to do with his ALS. You know, he's had ALS for a long time, and what's amazing to me is how quickly it took him down, because this guy, I'm fixing to show you.
He was at the top of his physical peak, man.
Yeah, he was.
And boom.
And then boom. ALS it's cruel. It's a cruel monster. But I want to show you this. This is why he's so beloved by the New Orleans Saints faithful. This is one of the best pieces, by the way. Steve Gleason's block punt resurrects New Orleans. You should look this up. It's on YouTube, but I'm going to show you the beginning of it.
It was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I was watching that game, dude. Real quick before I show this, I got to tell you guys, Atlanta didn't have a chance that night.
None.
They were getting Michael Vick was getting hounded. They came after that dude. It was not even nice what they were doing to him, man. It was the first game back in the dome. And wow, here's Matt, who's down on the Gulf Coast and loves his Saints. He says Steve Gleason is part of why we don't have the San Antonio Saints.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah,
Yep.
He's part of the reason why, no doubt.
Yep.
But yeah, I got to share this with you guys. It was a great moment, and actually, I think nationally, I think it was a great moment because, well, you'll see why. Hey, shit. It was on a Monday night.
We were talking about this before the show. The NFL did everything it could to try to break that franchise.
Yeah,
they had them playing their home games in the Meadowlands.
Mm-hmm.
They had to practice in high school parking lots in Houston. Why they couldn't have arranged for them to have their home games in Houston, that's just a travesty to me. So they never had a home game during that whole thing. And
there had to be a college field down in Houston they could have played at or something. Yeah,
they played in Tulane Stadium. I mean, they could.
Yeah,
a number of things could have. They could have come up to Shreveport and played the fucking Indy Bowl.
Yeah, it's a travesty what they did to that franchise. Well,
they had a problem with the Benson family, and they had a problem with the Peyton and the coach. You're paying for your hits, and you've been doing that from Pop Warner. Take out the quarterback. Take out this guy. That's a message. That's nothing new. But that was a great moment. Yeah, a great moment.
It was, and it's been immortalized outside the stadium. It's called Rebirth, and that is a statue of Steve Gleason blocking that punt on Monday Night Football. That was something else, man.
Yeah,
that was a great moment.
That's great for the NFL because look, no other Super Bowls have been played more times than that location right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, that's a great location. The NFL recognizes that. I don't know.
And they're going to keep doing it down there.
Them being viable is good for the NFL. So it's great for the state of Louisiana for sure.
Okay, so continuing with the jockstrap, we've got a couple of losses this week. We got a lot of losses this week. The Grim Reaper was busy this week, folks.
Overtime this week.
Trump might have dodged him, but a few people didn't. Longtime NFL assistant coach and defensive mastermind Monty Kiffin dies at the age of 84. I believe, wasn't he the Cowboys defensive coordinator for a while there before he retired, I think?
I don't know. He started shuffling around quite a bit there. I think he was on Lane's crew out there in Oakland when he was out there, and he may have been with the Cowboys. I don't even know.
But the common thread here...
Great mastermind of defense, that's for sure.
Yeah, the common thread here is, we just mentioned Michael Vick playing against the Saints. This guy developed what's called the Tampa 2 defense, and it's basically what won them a Super Bowl. They had a great defense for years before John Gruden got a hold of that team and got them enough offense to where they could win games. Yeah. And he developed the Tampa 2 defense, which basically, guys that watch the game, it's where the corners play up and the middle linebacker drops deep in the middle, creating a 3 safety shell to keep everybody in front of them and make sure that the quarterback doesn't get out of the pocket and hurt him. That whole defense was developed to stop Michael Vick. That's how deadly he was on his feet. And
that guy that played middle linebacker for them, Brooks.
Yeah.
You got to be a supreme athlete
awesome.
to come up and be in the middle linebacker position to support run, and then get your ass all the way back in the middle deep.
Yeah,
you got to be a hell of an athlete.
Yeah, he was great, man. Every great defense is how strong are you up the middle, right, Dan? I can't remember who the defense. Warren Sapp was the defensive tackle, who was a beast at getting off blocks and getting to a quarterback. And then you had Derek Brooks, and you had John Lynch, the guy running things for the 49ers now, was the strong safety. And they were a tough team.
You were not beating them up the middle, that's for sure, man.
But they never would have got a Super Bowl unless John Gruden had come in and got them at least it wasn't a killer offense. They had an old man running it, Brad Johnson, but it was enough to move the ball and get them touchdowns so they could win games.
And then when they get to the Super Bowl, the freaking Raiders basically gifted them their playbook because they didn't change anything.
They didn't change anything. Callahan, wow, I don't know what he was thinking. But anyway, hate to see that. I gotta toast Monty Kiffin because I love great defense, and I thought he ran a great one. So rest in peace, brother. Mm-hmm. And then we found out yesterday, and we don't know what the cause was, but Jacoby Jones, former Ravens Super Bowl hero, died peacefully at his home in New Orleans at age 40. They didn't give the reason.
40 years old, dude.
40 years old. That's young. Jones's 108-yard kickoff return in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 37, when they beat the 49ers, is the longest return in postseason history. And that's amazing, man. It's fantastic. I remember this. He started with the Houston Texans. He came to the Ravens later on in his career. Rest in peace, brother.
No doubt.
I hate to see guys die young like that, man. You see wrestlers do that, and for some reason, a lot of football players do. I think it has everything to do with the kind of trauma they put their bodies through, really.
Bruce Lee died at a young age because he trained at such a high level for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It takes a toll,
All right, boss. I mean, come on.
Yo.
He said it's time for the flicks, bro. He said it's time for the flicks.
Come on. Golden diaper. Luke, he's literally leaning back with his hand out. What's going on with Luke? Look at him. What is he doing?
He's definitely not defending himself. He ought to have that in front of him, shouldn't he? What the hell, man?
He ain't cut off. Look at him. My goodness gracious.
Well, first thing we got this week is the box office numbers. Fly Me to the Moon opened on Friday, and it's gonna end up number 5 this weekend, behind a bunch of cartoons and horror movies.
I'm looking at it. Despicable Me, Long Legs. Don't know what the Inside Out.
Long Legs is a horror movie.
I mean, the Moon. All right.
Yep. And look, domestically, it's already made over $500,000. Inside Out has. It's the kids are out of school and parents are taking them to these movies, so it's gonna be hard to beat them. But Fly Me to the Moon, the new romantic comedy about the faking of the moon landing.
That's what's up. I need to go watch that movie.
They say it's nonfiction, or not nonfiction, but fictional. It's fictional.
Us landing on the moon was definitely fictional, dude. There's no doubt. No doubt in my mind, dude.
Well, I don't agree with you. I think we went. But let's see. Vince says, Luke's hand, watch carefully. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
There you go.
That's so good. Okay. I'm a big fan, and we've got to keep covering this. Kevin Costner's Second Horizon just got pulled from theaters. They're going to push it. They're going to push it back and let the first one marinate with folks. Give them a chance to see it. I hate this for this guy, but it's not the first time it's happened to him. So that's not going to destroy him.
Figures in there. He needs to put some animation in there for, all the slope-browed. You're just not a very smart public anymore, man. You can't put depth and whatever out there.
Yeah, people don't want to go see 3-hour movies, do they? I mean,
Westerns? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but if you give them blue skin and tails and animate it like Avatar, they'll go see it.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever.
That shit could happen,
I'm going to see that before it gets out of the theaters, man. I want to see that movie. And speaking of Westerns, oh my God, this hit right before the weekend started. Judge dismisses charges against Alec Baldwin after defense alleges government misconduct. And this may actually get the girl out of trouble. Let me make sure this got no sound, but I wanted you guys to see his reaction. Of course, this is going to be a friggin' ad, but what happened was the judge, they filed for a dismissal because the government didn't give them information under disclosure. They were holding back evidence on them, and the judge looked at everything, and it turns out they were holding back evidence on them.
The government was not doing
the people prosecuting the case. Yes, the people prosecuting the case were holding back evidence that had something to do with the case. So basically, he got let go on a technicality, Dan.
Can he be retried at a later date?
I don't think so. I think this is one of the he's going to walk, and they're saying that this may affect the armorer that's in jail already. It may affect her and in her appeal, and may be able to get her out. But yeah, this happened Friday, right before the end of the weekend.
How'd you like to be the family of that lady that got killed?
Right? What in the hell, man? I was like, wow, unbelievable. Let's see. Vince says, as for we didn't land on the moon, with a decent telescope, you can catch sunlight reflecting off the base of the Eagle lander. At least you used to be able to. I think they dismissed the case with prejudice. Yeah, with prejudice, which means they screwed up. The guys prosecuting this case messed it up, man. They did.
Government messing something up.
Imagine that.
Could never happen.
Right. And then we've got this.
That should have been our best and brightest right there.
Yeah.
That should have been a best and brightest thing.
Well, we could. I guess we should have. Meaning they can't retrial. Yeah.
Anytime you mention government in anything.
Yeah. We'll put it in there, dude. I'll put it in there.
I'm just making an observation.
It's too late now.
I'm just making an observation. That's just ridiculous.
But,
and the young lady, they got killed. No justice for her.
It's very simple to put this under best and brightest. Best and brightest.
It's so number one.
All right. Like I said, the Grim Reaper was hard at work this week, and we lost somebody that I really dig. I thought she was a very underrated actress. Shelley Duvall, Robert Altman's protege and tormented wife in The Shining, and more importantly, Olive Oil in Popeye.
Olive Oil, man.
Come on, man.
Popeye the movie.
Tell me she wasn't born to play Olive Oil. She looked just like the cartoon, man. It was crazy.
Awesome.
And but she's a pretty girl. She really was. She dies at 75 years old. We're gonna miss her, man. Like I said, those are the ones I remember from IMDb. It shows it as The Shining, Popeye, Annie Hall. I forgot she was in that movie that won Best Picture, and Three Women. Shelley Duvall was something else, man.
She definitely had a very unique look, man.
Yes, she did. Those eyes,
when I
man.
saw that headline, I was like, man, that's sad. Because I'm a big fan of the Popeye movie. And The Shining, obviously,
Absolutely,
so.
Man.
Popeye movie, you either like it or you don't like it, I'm sure, so.
Right.
I like it. I don't know.
I love the Popeye movie. Are you kidding me? I thought it was fantastic. But we had her pass away, and one we just found out about today, Shannon Doherty. Now, Danny doesn't know who this is, but anybody that's watched Charmed or 90210. She died at the age of 53. Devoted daughter, sister, aunt, and friend. Now, I have to say, guys, this one, I'm shocked she's been alive this long. She has been fighting cancer for years.
That's what Kim said. And my wife,
she
mentioned
finally succumbed
she
to
knows
it.
who this
And,
person is. And
yeah.
she said she was fighting cancer for a long time. So
long time. Yeah. Shannon Doherty. She played Prue. And to be fair, I'm not a big fan of this girl. I did not like her character on Charmed. I thought it was a better show when Rose McGowan got on it. But hey, man, you know, I wouldn't wish cancer on anybody. I've seen neighbors and friends die of that stuff, and it's not pretty.
Talk about an undignified way to go, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
Tears you apart, right down to your freaking marrow, dude. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Nope. And I don't think we have time, but Danny, thoughts on the Red Hulk showing up in the Captain America New World Order? You don't get any reaction from your Apple thing on that one, bro.
There's no need to add anything to that, It's like
I don't agree with you, E. Clay. She was not pretty ugly. She was a pretty girl. She was. I remember her on Little House on the Prairie. Was she on that show? Really? Or Shannon Doherty? I'm not sure. We're going to talk about that in a minute there, Matt. Don't worry. I've got that one covered too. Like I said, the Grim Reaper was very busy this
hard
week.
at work, man. His sickle missed the Trumpster, man, but he was
missed it completely
this week, dude, for real.
And last but not least, Rip Gilded. Yeah, well, I mean, hey, what are you going to do about that? That's their stupid decisions. Let's take a look at what the important things are in here in the earthquakes. Well, this one real quick. Let's run through these kind of fast. E. Clay, if you just hold it, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to get to it.
That's Sajak.
Returning to Wheel of Fortune just weeks after retirement. He's going to be
How
back.
is that?
He's going to be back on the show in October. I guess he got bored at home. I don't know. Either that or their replacement's not working out. But he's coming back, boys and girls.
Come on, go home.
Right.
Step out of the way.
Right, just relax, man. What the hell?
Come on. Gotta be something else to do.
Let's go ahead and go over these real quick. I do have, our newest segment. We actually have something for that this week. Where is that? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, planes, trains, and automobiles, boys and girls. Steve Martin is just something else, dude. Yeah, we've got something on that. Check this out. Airport evacuated after grenades spotted in man's carry-on bag during a scan. This guy's loading grenades up in his friggin' carry-on bag. Yikes. Luckily they caught it. This guy, he's from Japan, and he's 41 years old, and he was held. He says the grenades were inert, but still, you're freaking retarded for even putting that in your friggin' carry-on bag.
In your freaking world that you're living in, told you that, hey, I'm taking a flight, throw a couple grenades in there, it should be no problem. Should be no problem.
Yeah, and then this happened. I mean, my gosh, man, these I don't know if it's just because we have greater access to news, or if it's just these things are just screwing up. Packed Boeing 777 jet avoids massacre after dragging its tail during takeoff. Now, wait until you see this, folks. Wait until you see this. If I can get it to go up there. Why
we would like to see
there it goes. Yeah. This doesn't need any sound, but there's the plane. Watch. I don't know if he pulled up too hard or what, but that thing is dragging its ass end on the ground, chewing up the concrete. What in the hell is going on there?
I think he messed up his roll on, man, because that's too steep.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I think they mentioned something about there might have been a hydraulic failure in some of the controls, but if that's the case, that would have been hard to land, wouldn't it? I mean, God,
well, it depends on the damage of the, if the rudders and flaps and all that stuff is still intact. I mean,
Yep.
man, but I mean, he looked like he's really going really steep on takeoff.
Yeah. Did.
So,
Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and speed to the end of this. As they were saying in the chat, moving along. Fitness guru Richard Simmons passed away this week at 76 years old.
76, man, seemed like he would have lived longer for being a health
Right,
guy.
he's a fitness guru. Why would what is going on with that? Our father's what 8? What I'm not going to say it because Danny doesn't want to know. But he's older than this guy by far, and he still plays golf. So I mean, something might.
Sorry, Lord, I don't put the hoodoo on Dad, but yeah, when I saw his age, I was like, 76. That's it. Wow, it just seems young for a guy that's supposed to be, all about the health and everything.
Right.
He does it say cause of death? He may have been fighting cancer.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he was sick. Let's
Cancer
see.
don't give a shit. It's like the honey badger.
He celebrated his 76th birthday on Friday. 911 call by his housekeeper found Simmons dead. It appears he died of natural causes. That's all they know.
Man.
Yeah. So Richard Simmons is gone. Let's see. Let's catch up with this chat real quick. They're being kind of vocal. Sajak's wife must have got tired of him real quick. I guess he decided to take another spin. Ha ha ha! Clay, you're too funny. When low riding goes wrong, talking about the plane. Maybe it has fleas. Dogs do that too.
It's that whole plane thing. It was very strange.
Crazy.
You need to look at was that actually the plane or was that pilot error? I mean, you never know.
Look at Clay. Maybe Lizzo was in the back seat.
Lizzo.
God, Captain We Too Low is in the back of the pilot's seat. These guys are tough, man. They're being tough. 2 in the luggage compartment. And compare that to Keith Richards, right? Keith Richards and Clint Eastwood are still going, boys and girls.
Still going. Still doing it.
The other one we had to talk about, this is the end of the Grim Reaper this week. Dr. Ruth Westheimer, sex therapist and talk show host,
96, dude.
At 96. Now that makes more sense right there.
She has seen some things in her lifetime, man.
Yeah, she has, no doubt. And she talked about things that people didn't want to talk about back when she was doing it in the 80s. You know what I mean? She was kind of controversial back then, but she taught us how to get along better with our partners, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, she was good. But yeah, that's it for the earthquakes this week. So we already had one of these best and brightest, but I'm going to go ahead. I actually moved one from the earthquakes in there, Dan. You'll enjoy it. You actually sent it to me, and it fits perfectly. That one right there, if you see it in the smaller one there. But fixing to put this up. It's the best and brightest for this week, boys and girls. Yeah, man. We're kind of busy with some other things, but we got judge dismissing Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy case, clearing the way for collectors to pursue debts.
Get his ass.
Our guy has been under fire. This guy who was a New York hero.
He was a hero. He was a national hero.
At the turn of the century. Yeah.
National.
How far they have fallen.
Rudy Giuliani. Yeah, man.
Rudy Giuliani. They're fixing to be able to come after him. And then the one Danny just sent us today. Too politically advantageous to be a mere accident. Ex-Florida judge once charged for pulling gun on neighbor who are now disbarred over dishonesty. What is this all about, man?
He lied on his campaign finances, lied how much he had in his coffers to benefit himself. And this guy's the Florida Supreme Court judge, right? He's supposed to be up there doling out justice and truth and justice, and all he doles out is lies and deceit. So yeah, so he's disbarred, and this is best and brightest, right? And he's supposed to be up there interpreting laws and doing what's best for we the people. Up there lying on his finances. Best and brightest, man.
Yep. That's them. That's it. Eclay says, I hate Rudy because of his association with Trump. Ah, well, you know. And Chire Miller's here. Hey, it's good to see you, Chire. But yeah, that, boys and girls, is the best and brightest. Yeah, man. That's it for that one. Okay. Hey, look, boss, I'm getting there.
Yo.
He said, get your cup out, get the pads out, get everything on, because it's time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Kurt Warner, the poster child for don't go after the ball on an interception. Don't do it. Just get out of the way. You've already made the mistake. Don't make it worse.
You can't just be running on the field without knowing your surroundings, bro.
Well, the problem here is,
Oh.
first of all, he's a quarterback. What's he run? Like a 5.4 in the 40? Something like that?
Right.
Maybe
He's
6?
right.
You know? What? No.
I'm thinking
What?
hit, and then a millisecond later, unconscious.
He was unconscious as soon as he got snapped in half.
He was going to be heroic. I'm going to stop this. I know I threw the interception. I'm going to stop.
His problem was he went the wrong direction. What you've got to do is run away from the line of scrimmage in the direction of the interception. Okay? I saw Peyton Manning do it too many times, and he actually tackled a couple of people doing it.
You know who was a beast doing that was Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck was.
Andrew Luck.
Yes.
You better keep your head up because that guy was bringing wood with him, dude.
Yeah, he was. But
mediocre, man.
Just like Peyton, he ran away from the line of scrimmage. Wasn't going to get hit by anybody, but he was going to try and track him and meet him towards the sideline, right?
Best that it was
Kurt made the mistake of going past the line of scrimmage and going forward. That was a no.
If you throw an interception, pull the Tom Brady scope.
Fuck it. Right.
I'll get you next round. I'm not.
He paid the price, boys and girls. He paid the price. No doubt.
Tom be just like, damn. Or do the Marino, start yelling at your wide receiver, who obviously ran the wrong route. Obviously. He would tear people down, boy.
Vince says, this segment needs more Wokies and Karens. I got you, man. I'll work on that for you there, Vince. But anyway, my final word tonight is, once again, going back to the top of the show. Guys, let's try not to bring violence to our political proceedings. The president's going to talk about this tonight. And I just want you to pray for those folks that were involved in this, the 2 that are in the hospital right now. And I want you to remember what we've been saying, and we say it all the time. My brother and I really believe in this. We were brought up this way, basically because of the military. There are no racists in foxholes, boys and girls. Okay, look, we're stronger together. Don't buy into the hype like this kid did. I'm not going to mention his name. But he bought into the hype, and you saw what it did to him. It drove him to do something. It cost him his life and a few others.
Yep.
Look, don't be brainwashed. Make your own decisions. Don't let other people do your thinking for you. We are stronger together, and definitely want to stay that way. So
governments fear united people, and when that happens, that's when we get true justice.
That's when change happens. Yes.
That's when we get true representation. when the respect is the other way around. When we hold the power, they respect and they do our bidding. That's not happening right now.
No,
but hasn't been going on for a long time.
Yeah. So quit buying into the hype. You know, if somebody starts a conversation with racism or divisiveness in any way, stop listening to them. Move on to somebody else, because they're editorializing. This, I cannot tell you guys this is enough, and they do it too much in television. These talking heads make themselves the story. They're trying to. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Change the channel. It's a free country. You don't have to listen to these
people.
Don't
have to watch it.
Change the channel.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't have time to make the graphic for this, but what'd you call it? Extreme Dumbass Edition?
Yes.
What did you call it?
I mean,
I didn't have time to make a graphic, but we have this week's edition of the Simple Jack Award for you. Hang on, let me find my graphics here. Where did I move everything around? There it is. Okay. It's time for the Simple Jack Award, boys and girls. It's that award that my brother gives out every week for the person, country, organization, whoever it may be, that's like Simple Jack. He's just trying to do the right thing, but he just can't quite get there. You know, he just can't quite get it right. And this week, my gosh, I don't think there's a better recipient for this award than this gentleman right here.
It's sad, really. It's sad.
Look, I'm gonna read the headline. You're not gonna believe the headline, and then Danny will expand. Here we go. South Carolina man dies after putting firework on his head to show off, says his wife.
So they had a block party, right? This guy was boozing since like 6 o'clock, p.m. And he decides to put a big, firework on top of his head and light it just to, be funny, I guess. And this thing goes off, and he suffered significant head trauma to the point where, when EMT and everybody shows up, he's already dead. So
why do people feel like they have to hold or show off with fireworks?
I do not know. I don't know what this guy was thinking. I don't know if he thought it was like a bottle rocket or this thing blew up on top of his head and killed him. And he went.
This isn't funny, I know, but damn. Come on, man.
Full retard on Independence Day edition, dude. Full retard. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
And he did. Oh
At 41 years old.
I shouldn't be laughing about that. And I
His
guess
wife
I wasn't
like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Boom. Dead.
What the hell, man?
What?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Oy. I mean, what else can you say, man?
What can you say?
I chalked that under the. I chalked that up under the thinning the herd column.
Exactly. I wouldn't do that. Oh,
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Oh my God, man. Okay,
gone.
Let's see. Wow, ABC actually calling it what it was. Yeah, they actually changed their headline. Yes, they did. Without respect, we reject. There you go. Nice. I like that. Like that one, Tim. Awesome one shows up here at the end. Good to see you. If my people who are called by my name. Okay, got it. Joe Vince. Let's see what else we got here. Never go full Simple Jack.
Simple Jack, dude. Never do that. That is not something you want to do. It really isn't. So no matter where you are on the globe, we're going to find you. And you will be called out.
Tim says he was headstrong, I see.
He was, well, not strong enough. Check it out, everybody.
Right. It wasn't Mexican Iron Man. He would have just jumped out the window. Yeah. Designed to reach the clouds in seconds, and he puts it on his head. Sometimes nature needs to correct itself.
You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Damn it. That's good. Americans idiots after the 4th of July. Yeah.
Unconscious, dude.
All right, boys and girls, let me let you know what's going on with the channel. Of course, you're watching I'm having a
Where are
mental.
we watching, Mr. Biden?
I'm short circuiting, man, Mr. Biden. Come on, man. You're watching the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Sunday night at 5 p.m. That's right. I'm going right up against 60 Minutes. I want to be the top news show. That's it. Exactly. Don't forget tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, it's going to be Military Monday. And we're going to be doing Escape from New York. If you wonder why we're doing that on Military Monday, well, if you remember the story, Snake Plissken was in the Special Forces, man. So, he's a military guy. It's a great movie. It's a John Carpenter classic. Look forward to that at 10 a.m. Central Time on Monday. And then 3 p.m. Monday, it's Wrestling Monday Nitrous with Ryan Roger Athay. Don't forget about that one. And then we got another meeting of the Cult Comedy Crew on That 70s Rock Fans channel. We're going to be doing the movie that they've called Blazing Saddles before Blazing Saddles, Evil Roy Slade. So come check that out. If you want to see it before the show, it's free on YouTube. Just search it and you'll be able to watch it for free on YouTube. It's on That 70s Rock Fans channel at 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow afternoon. And then, of course, Tuesday, I start my streaming week on my channel with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And we're going to be playing Star Trek Online this week on Tuesday. And then, of course, Wednesday at 10, we play Papa Joe Gamer After Dark Mass Effect walkthrough. Now, I'm almost at the end of that one, so I might have to put a poll up here pretty soon to see which game I'm going to play next. But we're coming to a close on Mass Effect. I'm either going to finish it this week or next week. So look forward to that. Tuesday and Wednesday on my channel, 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, Papa Joe Gamer After Dark comes your way. And then, of course, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central, it's everything pop culture with State of the Atmosphere. We give you the box office results. We tell you what's going on with Sydney Sweeney, our sweetheart right now. And we tell you, we're probably going to break down the Captain America trailer that we didn't get a chance to watch today. But definitely come check all that out this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on State of the Atmosphere. And then, of course, it's, oh my gosh, Dan, I've had this muted the whole time. Your music's playing, and I friggin' had it muted. Sorry about that, guy.
Nice.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, guys, let me put a plug in for Sharking for Pearls. They're about to drop their second album. That whole huge band ran by one guy, the Hylunder. Definitely go check that out wherever you get your music from. And this track, I think, is going to be on there, right? This is from the new one, right?
Sí, señor.
Yeah. So check that out. I friggin' had it muted half this time, man. Sorry about that. But Friday, it's Sketching the Privateer, but we're not going to be working on the comic book this time around. It's another trip to Shop Till You Drop this weekend. We're going to be showing you the setup this time. I'm doing it at Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, and we'll show you how we set up for this show and some of the vendors that are going to be there. You guys check it out this Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, don't forget to check out our friends at Pop Culture Minefield with Game Night with John as John plays through the Walking Dead Telltale series. And then, of course, it's back around to us on Sunday. And I do want to let you know that if you'd like to know what my instant reactions were to the assassination attempt, you can go check it out on the platform that bounces, the Bumble. You could go check it out over there. Trump Under Fire reaction panel. We did it last night shortly after the shooting. So for myself, and there can be only one because he's my only brother, the Highlander, we want to thank you guys for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.